Welcome back to On Location. I'm your host, Zara Durrani. Today, I'm thrilled to be shining a spotlight on a powerful mother-daughter duo making waves in the world of Indigenous art and design, Nikki and Sabrina from Raven Prints, right here in Terrace, British Columbia. What started as a passion project rooted in culture, resilience, and creativity has grown into a thriving brand that celebrates Indigenous identity through bold, meaningful designs. Nikki brings the heart and Sabrina brings the artistic soul, while her brother, Luna, helps run the business. They've built something that's not just visually striking, but deeply personal and community driven. I can't wait for you to hear their story. Tell us the story behind Raven Prints.
It's actually, it's not something that I had foreseen for my future. It just happened. I had 3 little kids. My husband and I had 3 little kids to support, and we wanted to do like a little side hustle. So that was when Facebook Marketplace came out. So we bought a single press machine and started selling from there. And we had a good response. We're a small town, right? So we're actually the only screen printers in Terrace.
Amazing. We love that. So you're getting all the business.
Yeah, well, things happen. Like, they kind of fell in place. I found this entrepreneur program through Tricor's Indigenous A. So it's actually offered through the University of Victoria. And I took that class and just expanded from there. There was a need, especially one of our main customers, there are Indigenous organizations. So just understanding the artwork and the meaning and the form line that are behind each print really was beneficial for our business.
That's beautiful. And I love the fact that your kids are working in the business as well. Tell us the story behind getting them involved. And, they're here with you, they're helping out, but not only that, they're quite involved.
I'm very fortunate. My daughter went to art school at Frida Diesling, so she's an artist, and a lot of our prints come from her. Luna works here a lot.
And Luna's also backstage taking some photos for social media.
And Luna's looking into going into business at the college here next year.
Wonderful. Bravo. That's great. We need the business and we need the artists. We need both of them. So tell us about, you have jewelry here, you have t-shirts, you're carrying some of Sabrina's designs as well as other artists. That must be really special, knowing the fact that you have a brick and mortar and you can have a space where you can help support local artists.
We are the only Indigenous-owned business right now in Terrace, so it does come with a lot of responsibility, being that representation, because that matters. Having someone out there who looks like me, it actually shows, the younger generation that it can be done.
I was curious, you're also creating a platform. Do you have a lot of Sabrina's designs here, from t-shirts and sweatshirts and earrings and jewelry, keychains, but you also have other artists. So the fact that you can have a platform, a brick and mortar store where you can highlight local artists, and I'm sure you must have heard from them that how much it means to them that this is a fully Indigenous-owned store and their work is being sold here.
So that is a dream. We're working on bringing in more artists so they can actually, because a lot of places do take a high commission, and it would be great to have artists actually make some money for themselves to be able to support themselves. And a lot of our prints here are local Indigenous language with a lot of history behind them. One of our first prints was the Grease Trail Descendant. If you've ever heard of the Grease Trail, it actually goes from all the way up north, all the way to California. And this was like how people traded along the lines. And it was called the Grease Trail because it came from like the oleakin and oleakin grease that was used to barter. Yeah, and went to a little far.
When we were speaking over the phone, you mentioned how you first started in 2020, correct?
We actually started in 2017.
17, okay, yeah. Never mind. And then, during the pandemic, you decided to just do it out of your home. So walk us through that. Walk us through starting, what was the first day like, and then the next couple of years leading up to the pandemic?
Yeah, so 2017, we opened a shop. It was kind of funny because, I did take that entrepreneurial class, and I had mentioned it to my program manager, and he was like, "What are you doing? You should have asked me or talked to me about it first." But it was this beautiful location. It was like downtown. So we actually called the person up and
was it this location or different?
It was actually down a little further downtown in those little nests of shops that are like side by side.
The ones, could you mention any stores that are there so I can picture?
Elizabeth Fashions, Sandpiper.
Okay, yes. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it was a wonderful location. It was much bigger than this. And it was a lot of learning. The first couple of years were a lot of learning because, like, as much as you take a program or, go through the steps, you don't anticipate all of the things that come along with it, i.e., broken glass doors or electrical issues or all of those things that come with it. But when the pandemic happened, we found that it was too many regulations to keep a brick and mortar going, to cover that overhead. So we decided to, we retrofitted our basement. We had like a huge electrical panel put in, PC Hydro came, new lines. And then we started printing from there. So it kept us afloat. I know a lot of businesses didn't make it through that. And, a lot of businesses are struggling right now. So we're very fortunate to have the support that we do. Terrace is surrounded by all these Indigenous communities who support Terrace by coming here and shopping. So we're very grateful for that to be able to survive all the things that we have.
And still here.
Yeah, still here.
I gotta tell you, I love this wall.
It's my daughter's design. It's a beautiful raven. We are from the Raven clan.
It's stunning. And I knew we had to sit in front of it. It's so beautiful. So she painted this here?
She did.
Gorgeous. I wonder if anyone who would be interested in having this as a print, could we get this as a print?
She does have a few raven designs. This one, it's a possibility.
Yeah, we'll have to talk to Sabrina. We'll have to. I think it's beautiful. I love the colors.
She does a lot of murals.
Yeah.
She's done a few, and she's done a lot of logo commissions and a lot of tattoo commissions. So she's 22 and really starting to gain traction in the artist world.
That's beautiful. And also find her style, her voice, and express herself through art.
Sabrina has been drawing since she was able to pick up a pencil.
Wow.
She'd always be hunched over just drawing all the time. We still have like her stocks of her sketchbooks. But you'll find pictures of her just hunched over and drawing. People ask her a lot of, how did how did you get so good? She's like, practice. Yeah, a lot of hard work.
Sabrina, I gotta tell you, I'm loving these earrings. Tell me about these ones. So we have, what's happening here?
These guys, they're paddles with little fish designs in them with bits of abalone in them. Abalone has been they've been strung throughout our history and our culture, and it's been strung along in our artwork for so long.
They're beautiful, and I'm surprised how light they are. Really, how long does it take to design something like this, to make earrings like this?
Honestly, a lot of my own designs, they feel like they do take forever, but in real time they don't. Because a lot of my designs, a lot of people ask me like, oh, what's your inspiration? How did you come up with this? Or how did you come up with that? And honestly, they just kind of pop up in my head, and I get them down as fast as possible.
So what's going on here? This is really beautiful. It's special.
These are copper shield earrings, and in our culture, copper shields tend to mean wealth. They were one of the big trading factors in the old times when they still had trading routes and whatnot.
These are beautiful. So you design jewelry. What else do you do? Your mom was telling me that you also do designs. Is this one of your designs on your t-shirt? Okay.
These are one of my, this has been my favorite one so far. It is a snake wrapped around a skeleton hand with a bunch of our local foliage, our cedar branches and our fireweed.
Okay, beautiful. I would love to see more of your t-shirt designs.
This one's a Sasquatch.
Okay, and that's something you designed?
Yeah, I've designed the face. My mom has worked on the background, the cedar branches bleached in.
Oh, I see that now. Beautiful. Beautiful. Do you folks notice that you get a lot of online sales too? Do you get online orders? If someone who's watching out there, they want to get in touch and they maybe live on Lower Mainland or another part of Canada, can they shop online?
Yeah, I've actually, every time I've posted about my new t-shirt, my new sweater design, I've noticed I do get a lot of people who are from all over Canada, all over BC, and every now and then I get someone who's asking for a t-shirt from Washington, and
Interesting.
It's kind of a whiplash noticing how far your influence goes.
That's beautiful. I love that. That's amazing that you're also helping foster their creativity. And I personally believe when we're creative, when we use any kind of art form, whether it is singing or taking photos or painting and drawing, it's a way of self-expression, which can also be a way of healing.
It is. It is. Yeah, a lot of our prints are kind of geared to expressing those feelings. We have some that say "Rise, Signum Hanak," so it's kind of empowerment to our matriarchs, to our women, matriarch in training.
I see this T-shirt right here, matriarch in training.
Yeah, there's one that says "Dachket." It just means strength. Honor your ancestors. A lot of prints like that. As much as we like to poke fun and as Indigenous people and laugh, because laughter is healing, our prints are more geared to empowerment. One of our biggest sellers, it's just a print that's a strong Indigenous woman.
I love that. Do you find a lot of folks wanting to contact you or requests, whether for themselves or gifts, across Canada or across North America, shopping online?
We actually just started putting more time into our website, because we are so family-owned business. We've always been at capacity for orders, so locally there's never been a quiet moment. So having this brick and mortar, we are actually able to put out more of our ideas and our prints. So we're just starting to build up our website now. So, I've had quite a bit of orders come in now.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
How do you see, or how do you envision, perhaps the next 5 years? Like, you've been around for a while and survived through the pandemic.
Yeah.
And back in a store. For me, I still consider this downtown. So I think this is amazing. And the fact everyone was telling me, you have to go to Raven Prince. I was like, don't worry, I am going to Raven Prince while I'm in Terrace.
5 years from now, I'm really hoping, and I'm pretty sure my kids will take over. I do put a lot of work. Lately, I've been putting a lot of work into community. So I'm on the Terrace Public Library Board, the City of Terrace Housing Committee, the Gilachdach Society, Raven Collective. So I do a lot of board work because I do want to give back to the community, and there's a possibility and that I will be running for city council because I do want that representation of Indigenous people where they should be. So 5 years from now, I do hope, and I'm confident that my children will be taking over most of the operations.
And to be a part of real change, I think that's something amazing. And we're looking forward to having this conversation again. I will be coming back to Terrace soon, so we'll have to continue that conversation. What advice would you give to young kids out there who are wanting to step into the world of art or even business, because you're merging the two together?
I actually came from a small village of Gitniau. It had maybe 400 people. So Gitniau is an hour and a half from here. But, we'd have to come out here to get groceries and things. And it was always a culture shock, just, from 400 people to what seemed like a big city. And I still go through a lot, of, what is the word? Imposter syndrome representing, or I try to explain because, on different boards, people ask you, so what do you think about this? And I'm like, well, this is my opinion. This is not all Indigenous people, trying to explain that. But, it's really hard to put yourself out there. But I know that there are more and more, Indigenous people being highlighted in movies, writing books, taking up that space, This is one of my favorite prints. It's I'm taking my seat at the table.
Love that. Who would you say are some of your inspirations, culturally, artistically, or personally?
Inspirations? There's so many. A lot of them are actually my late family members. My uncle Larry Villeneuve was one of the first few MLAs for the area. I think it was like 1986. He actually, from residential school, he went on to become a lawyer and did it in 5 years. He wrote a play called Bunk Number 7, highlighting what happened at residential schools. My Auntie Sadie, she was like a huge activist for people. For those who didn't have the same opportunity, she was really a cornerstone for the local friendship center out here. Jamie Davis and her strength, she's always been, she's like one of my best friends. And, it's special in the way that like we both run businesses. We both went to the same program. She's inspired me to become, you know, a sober person. I'll be hitting 3 years in November.
Amazing. Congratulations.
And it's like the best decision I've ever made. Yeah. And because it's like alcoholism it has overtaken our people a lot. So there's a good group of, you know, like being able to express that on different social media platforms and being comfortable with it. She's opened up that door a lot for a lot of people. So yeah, she's like one of my heroes there.
Well, thank you so much, Nikki. I appreciate you welcoming me, and thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing your story. Is there something before I go that you would like to share with us about Raven Prince or about the work that you're doing that we have not touched on?
So I think more or less is, you know, we're a small family company and we're just, you know, working hard to empower other Indigenous people, be it in ways of, you know, putting out apparel that shows that or says that, bringing in different artists so they have a place to showcase their work, and just, you know, being that Indigenous representation in the city of Terrace.
Raven Prince is more than just a business. It's a beautiful reflection of culture, family, and artistic empowerment. A huge thanks to Nikki, Luna, and Sabrina for opening their hearts and their journey, and Raven Prince to us and welcoming us today. If you haven't yet explored their work, please make sure to do so by stepping into their store here in downtown Terrace. And if you like, you can also visit their website to shop and support this Indigenous business online. In the meanwhile, keep shopping local, keep supporting Indigenous creators, and celebrating the voices shaping our communities in such bold and meaningful ways. Until next time, I'm your host, Zara Durrani, and this is On Location in Terrace, British Columbia.